Hey guys, we are back with part 2 of It's Bread Incorporated. We had learned so much last week about different things, about holidays, about feast days, about faith, about family, and we want to just keep that going with part 2. Check out this episode. Make sure you like, share, and comment. Here we go.
Yeah. And it's good. It's good for people to have, different understandings of things. And I know most people do associate it with Jewish faith, but it's biblical faith, and that's where things originated in the Bible, not with Jewish people. So, yeah.
Amen. Yes.
Do you like to tell us about your company, or tell us how you get your son involved in the company? Because the reason why I saw you is because of a video that you had shared with you and him, and it was just so cute how he was incorporated into your business. So can you explain that?
Yes. So my son, Darnell, he has played such a huge role in the development of It's Bread. Even though, this was kind of like my idea, vision, interest, he's all about nature, science, dinosaurs, animals, and all of that good stuff. But being a mom and a single mother at that, and running a business, is how do you do this? Trying to figure this out. I was told that I wasn't going to be able to homeschool my child and run a business because it's just the weight of the responsibility that's on it. And I would have to admit that early on, because I was a stay-at-home mom before I started my company. So I spent the first 4 years of my life or the first 4 years dedicating my life to being a mom. But then now that I finally had something for myself, it was like, okay, how do I now balance the two and bring, still love my child and raise him and stuff, but this is now my second baby almost, you know what I mean? And it's a lot of work too. And he's at this point a little bit older, but still needs a lot of cultivating to help him grow. And I'm up late at night working on the business, but then during the daytime, I gotta find time to make time for him and all of this. I was trying to talk around this, but I was unknowingly ill too during all of this. And so it really took a toll on me trying to figure out, like, how do I provide and how do I raise and how do I take care of myself? And I just have a son that was just so understanding of his mother, and he just came in, of course, wanted to just be the official taste tester, but he just having him by my side, like just knowing and just acknowledging, okay, my mom, is doing the best that she can to take care of me. How do I come in and not be add to it, but how do I help my mom? Even though this may not be my primary interest, but how can okay, my mom wants to include me into this. How do I come in and just, be a help to her? And he would always offer to, like, put the labels on the bags, more than just eating, put labels on the bags, help seal the bags, give me new ideas on what I can do to better my products, and literally tell me if I needed to change something. And then when I started doing videos, it started with just a photo shoot, and he loved the photo shoot so much. Then I was like, okay, you want to be on camera more? So let's try this out. Now I will have to admit, every day it's not always easy. Once he starts, it's like, come on, we got to do some more. But every day he's not always in the mood. I think he kind of uses it to get what he wants sometimes. Like, okay, if I do this,
Yeah.
I need to be able to get this on the other hand.
Those are clever.
Yeah.
But he just like, okay, this is important to my mother. And he recognizes that. And so just trying to he just comes in. I don't know how to explain. I'm just so grateful that he's mature. He's been so mature enough to handle it and see it. And like now when we do local deliveries, he's here, it's such a great help to have him here to help me doing that, because, it's again, that time I got 2 minutes on the clock, I'm trying to figure out now it's really just me. I'm the only person in this restaurant, and he's been my helping me get these orders out the door. Like he wants to, he's looking at the, you know what I'm saying? So it's been, even outside of what you see on social media, he really does help me in my business. Like he's very opinionated. He's always giving insight on what he believes. And I know you all see some of the clips on social media, but I have like at least 20 clips before that of us, him saying, "Ma, I don't like that. Let me go back. I'm gonna try it again and do it this way." Like him actually being involved. And I even recently just started recording our business meetings, because we meet and we have business meetings, and we discuss things that we want to incorporate later on for our social media page. It's just been a lot going on lately, but I really want to show like how involved he is in the business, because he plays a huge part in It's Bread.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's very vital, because not only are you teaching him how to operate, now you're training him up in the way that he should go, so that, like your parents wanted to pass off the restaurant to you, you'll be well knowledgeable, so that you can do that for him one day and leave it to him. So that's great. When children are involved, they actually feel like, man, this is something that I want to do. This is something that I can actually care about, instead of just being like, oh, it's mom's thing. I can also understand it being like a second baby, because I'm like, I finally get to bake some stuff for myself, or do something, or have some time to like do the orders a little bit. And then it's like, the kids still want to help you. They're still going to be there. And the taste testing position is always open to anybody in our household as well.
And you won't believe, look, he comes out, he's like, "Do you have cookies?" I'm like, "So you want cookies too? You on the cookie list too?"
They're like, "Can I put in an order of cookies?" I'm like, "Oh my goodness. Can I put in an order, Mom?"
And look, he's offered to pay. Have your children offered to pay? He's offered to pay me once.
They
And
have
he came out with the money. I'm like, what is going on right now?
I mean, how inspiring is it for your children to want to be a part of what you're doing? I mean, that has, aside from the God-given talent and gift that he's given, that's just a bonus for your children to want to love your product and want to be a part of it. So 2 questions here. One, I saw that you were on Good Morning Washington. I want you to share with us how that happened. And 2, I would like for you to give, you can answer in any order that you want. Give inspiration to other moms who are out there just like you, just like Taylor, who are growing your product and growing your brand, homeschooling, or maybe sending their children to school, but doing that quote unquote balancing act. I don't know if it's a balancing act, because I know that sometimes you have to give and take from other spaces in order to do what you want. So first of all, how did you get on Good Morning Washington? And the second part is give something for the moms for inspiration.
Yes, of course. So Good Morning Washington. Again, God's hand is in everything. I couldn't have planned that, or saw that coming. It was all through networking. I was at an event within my area that I originally grew up in Prince George's County. I met a lady who didn't live too far off from me. We started just connecting. Again, I always tell people I'm a real person, so it wasn't just all business. We actually just were talking, engaging in conversation, and she invited me to an event for her daughter. Her daughter is a trailblazer for a lot of youth. And they were doing an award ceremony to acknowledge a lot of young entrepreneurs, a lot of kid entrepreneurs in the area. And she asked me to sponsor it. And they just so happened to have one of the anchors from Good Morning Washington to host their event. And so, of course, at the event, being the person that I am, I love to read a room and make sure I greet as many people as I can possible. And so he was one of the individuals that I was able to speak to, and I just told him about myself, and I asked, if it would be a great idea for me to be on Good Morning Washington, and he said, sure, just shoot him an email. And it was literally that simple. And I think in about maybe 2 or 3 weeks from there, I was booked. And so the leading up to it, it was my birthday weekend. So I had a lot of craziness going on, but work comes first. So I made sure I had everything planned and mapped out. And of course, I had already told my son's teacher, I was like, yeah, he won't be in there Friday morning. I know y'all had this spelling test, but he will be, joining me to be able to speak on Good Morning Washington. And then overall, it was just a great experience, just entering into those spaces to kind of just, get familiar with how things operate so that as our business progresses we will be able to expand and make sure we're able to do more things along the lines of that. So I was grateful for that experience.
Nice.
That's awesome. The power of networking.
Yes.
And for the mom.
For the moms, yes. So when you were speaking, if you don't mind, it was on our website, there is a section that says how we like to be baked, and it's behind the bread. And it took me some time to finally, again, prioritize, because it can be a load, and it may feel like it's not something that is attainable, because it's like, how do I take care of me? How do I take care of my children? And then how do I run a business? And this is the, mantra that I came up with: faith, family, and funds. So and it states, It's Bread started in 2017 and was built on faith, patience, and obedience through servitude. Faith is our foundation. Honor and obedience to God, Jesus Christ, comes first. It was through my service as a volunteer cook for the Lord's feast days that I was granted the idea and concept of It's Bread. And from there, family follows. I started this company as a young mother with a young child, and we, including the business, have all grown together, laboring to find our balance. That balance for us turned out to be patience in prioritizing my health. I'm an iron deficiency anemia advocate. I suffer from 3 blood transfusions and 5 iron IVs within a 2.5-year span. And because of that, I'm no good to nobody unless I take care of myself first. So then from there, then raising my child and learning business successfully, achieving the freedom to parent the future without having to sacrifice the present. And from there, funds will follow. We are firm believers that if we obey and serve God first and take care of his business, he will take care of ours and all will succeed. And I had to realize patience, because it can be, especially again, back to social media or just in our minds, having that growth mindset. We want to be somewhere all the time, but it's literally that brick, like I'm not sure if you all heard Will Smith say, that brick that you lay every day, that is, whether it's, that brick is 500 pounds or 5 pounds, just lay that brick. It don't matter. It doesn't have to be, a heavy load on you. Just take your time, be patient, and wherever you're trying to get to, you will get there. And when you do get there, you'll realize that's not even your destination. You're going to be moving on past that too. You know what I mean? And one thing that's important to me, because I grew up with parents that ran a business, my child, and I was just tested on this recently, my child is going to come, his growth and development is going to come before money. I'm not going to push aside him for a dollar bill. And I'm not saying that, I understand we need money and funds and take care of the business, but if he is seriously in need and is asking for his mother in that moment, I have to drop what I'm doing to attend to him, because then he will grow up and be damaged because I didn't take care of him. I was all about a dollar. And that's why I said faith is my foundation, because God sees me. He knows what I'm going through. He sees my struggles, and I cast my burdens at his feet every day. And I trust that he will take care of us.
I believe that to be true. And it's so great that you have that on your website for other moms to look at, and business owners in general. Even if you're not a mom and things aren't in that order, it gives you some kind of like a map in order for you to figure out which priorities, should be first. Because even before having children, it was like, I can just do this, or I have all the time in the world, and you don't really stop and take time for like your faith, or just even yourself, because you can be pulled in any direction when you don't have children, or so some people may think. So that's a great map for yourself and to share with other people.
Thank you. Yes. It took me some time to finally, again, come to that, because I would be all about business, 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 but then I'm in somebody's hospital bed. Where am I going? What sense did I make out of that? Nothing came from out of that. And okay, you will get there. It's not, again, how they say the race. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And and it's going to be there, especially if you wanted something to last. You take your time. I skipped I had to go back and redo a lot because I skipped so many steps trying to get somewhere. And it just, take your time, do things right, do things in decency and in order. You know what I mean?
Well, I have definitely been touched by your testimony, and that's why I was quiet. No, I'm not a mom. I have lots of nieces and nephews that I've mothered, and I'm a godmom. But there's other challenges that business owners go through, that takes that type of space that you're concerned about. You want to do something about it, but you don't know how to do something about it. So I appreciate your testimony, and I don't have anything else because I'm filled right now. So
no, praise
it's not
God.
about me, it's about you. Okay, here's my last question. What's next for you?
What's next for It's Bread? That is a great question, because I don't think, okay, so next is in like the next year, not quite sure. I've been so present right now with just building where we are right now. But eventually the goal is to get our own space. And I think I'm glad I waited, because location is everything. And again, that growth mindset. When I first came into my business, it's not like I had this 5-year plan. I literally jumped into it the next day after I, came up with this, or the Lord had put this idea on my heart. And so it's not like I, know how a normal person has this business plan. I'm today years old, now finally getting to a point where, okay, I need to have my business plan, because I have, my vision is much more clearer than it was 4 years ago. So I now have, I guess, an idea or a sense of where I want to go and exactly how I want things to go, especially now that my foundation is more secure, so that I'm not just doing something off of a whim. And, what principles and what values that are true to me, I had those in place. So I know now, though, I am working towards getting my own space. I can at least say that much.
Great. Your own facility. I know that the cottage food laws vary by state. So with your state, could you only do direct sales with your cottage food, or could you do like you have your product on a shelf for a certain amount of time? Like, how does it work in your area?
So I do operate underneath the Maryland cottage food laws on a daily basis, but I do have a relationship here with a commercial kitchen. Natasha just Brittle, she owns Be More Made with Pride commercial kitchen facility. And so because of that, I'm able to still branch out and do cross states. But as far as me my daily sales, yes. Oh, sorry, what was the question? The last part of it with the marriage?
No, you answered it. You answered it. It was, could you do basically like shipping, because you are in Maryland, but you said that you work with the commercial kitchen, so you are able to ship your
Yes,
product?
I'm able to ship, but Maryland, they do allow you to ship within the state. So I'm not too sure how it is where you are, but they allow you to ship within the state. You just can't cross state lines. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here is completely different. They don't allow us to have any fun with shipping.
See?
Yeah, you always have to be in a commercial kitchen. So
And that's one of the things. I mean, I understand because I come from restaurants and, learning how quickly something bad can go wrong, especially if somebody's consuming the food. So I get it, but they should make it a little bit easier, especially, people who are trying to grow, you don't have but so much. It's like they should make it a little bit more easier for people to be able to do this. But I'm not too sure. This is me just inserting really quickly. They did raise the amount or the cap that you can make as a Maryland, because they even have a cap on how much you can make from your home with
have that
That's
here.
but they
interesting.
raised it here.
Yeah. You can only make a certain amount with the cottage food, and then after that, then it's considered a different bracket of business, and you have to do other things.
Yes, and I'm glad. I think it was during the pandemic that somebody brought that to attention. It's like really, it's like that with that small amount of money, like who can live off of $25,000 a year? You know what I'm saying? If
Right.
this is my business, like who can do that? It didn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, definitely. I know that, it's hard out here, especially nowadays, when people are trying to do something different than what their 9 to 5s are, and really trying to let their dreams, take a front seat so they don't have to go to their 9 to 5 every day. But there are different challenges, as a business owner, as opposed to going to your 9 to 5. So, it's a trade-off in so many different ways, but you're now the pusher of what you do every day, how the outcome is going, what's the forecasting of that from day to day or month to month or year to year. So there's a lot of back end things that if you are going to a job every day, that you never see, that's not something that you are privy about. And people don't want to be privy about it, to be honest with you. But there's a lot of back end things that allow you to, um, or will kind of force you to make decisions on a moment by moment, day by day basis, that people that, just show up to work, do the job and go home, that they don't have to do. I think that one of the things that I would love to do, and maybe we can wrap this up if that's what you want to do, or if you want to keep talking, we would, stay here and absorb everything you want. But as far as you growing and evolving in your business, what are some tips for someone that's first starting out and want to recognize a dream that you have, a dream or a gift that you have within yourself? What are some tips that you can give another a budding entrepreneur?
I would say find purpose in whatever you do, because in that and map it out. As you were speaking, I was like, well, I didn't actually go that route. I didn't, if I would have known about all the hurdles I would have to jump, especially doing a food-based business, I probably would never have gone into it because it's a lot, and it can become very depressing. It can just, it'll just make you be like, why did I get myself into this? And I'm glad that I didn't research, because if I had research, again, I would not have done it. So I would just say find purpose, because that is what drove me. Because even though I was like, okay, yeah, I'm trying to have this product in Costco tomorrow, it wasn't until I was like, okay, what is going to be like my message behind my business? What is going to be my mission statement? And my mission statement is to inspire, influence, and enlighten with integrity. And for that, I had to become that, because you are the foundation of your business. You are the business. You are the walls, the roof, the windows, and everything. Because when your business grows and now you have 100+ staff, they're going to be built off of who you are. You understand that? That's how they're going to be trained. That's how they're going to, even when you're dealing with contractors and getting your own space, everything's going to be a reflection of you. Find purpose in what you do. And I do my best to be that person, because yes, I want my community to grow and to be able to benefit off my business, but it's more than just money to me. Don't just make change, make a difference in the world around us, because you can be doing well, but it's other people out there suffering. Again, when you meet me, you're not just meeting, this business owner, you're meeting a person. I've been through some things. I'm human just like you. We all live on this God's green earth together. And, I'm just not all about myself. So I would just say, find purpose in what you do, because you're going to impact and influence a lot of people around you. When people see you and you have this business and it's growing, they're going to want to know, who are you? Who are you? As a person once told me, it's not about the chicken, it's about the one that's cooking the chicken. Who are you? And be okay with knowing who you are every day you go to sleep.
No better words to share. Thank you.
And with that being said, I think this was a wonderful interview. I thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us all of your wisdom that you. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for the wisdom that you shared with us today, and thank you for all of the knowledge that you have shared. And we just want to give you one last opportunity to tell everyone where you can be found and how to get in contact with you.
Yes. So thank you guys again for having me. I'm so grateful that you all opened up this door, to me to be able to speak today. It really means a lot that you all even considered me. So thank you for having me. And my name is Alexa. I am the CEO and founder of It's Bread, a handcrafted chocolatier company. We are located right outside of Baltimore, Maryland. We can be found on Facebook and Instagram at itsbread.inc. Our website is itsbread.com, and our phone number is 240-681-9707, and you can reach us Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
am Taylor with Taylor's Kitchen, located right here in Albion, Michigan, where we make custom treats for your special occasions. I can be found on all social media platforms at Sweet Spirit Treats.
And I'm just Tamela with Torlitas for that sweet and crunchy taste. Torlitas is a dessert company in Ohio. If you want to know more about me and my business, go to at Torlitas. That's T as in Tuesday, ORLITAS.
Thank you once again, and have a blessed week.
Bye.
Bye.